Alright, so this is a super simple, cheap, and efficient farm base. This is what I throw down when I want to crank out 4,000 to 5,000 cloth per yield. We're going to be able to fit 60 to 70 plus planters with our planter boxes and our planter pots. We can fit everything in here. We just need 2 water pumps with 12 sprinklers and 2 lights. It's going to be super nice and super easy. And we can go ahead and reach every single planter pot here. It's not too bad to tap all of those single harvest and clone and everything like that. It's not too bad. And you can just clone everything on the bottom ones, and then when you go to harvest for a harvest cycle, you can just put them all on the top. And we have a ridiculous upkeep, just a very simple 1x3 with a vending machine bunker. Again, it's super nice and super easy. Alright, you're just going to make sure that you are at a depth where you can fit a water pump, or if you're adding a water pump later, it doesn't matter. You're just going to lay out a 1x3 honeycomb on the long way side, and then put a single triangle with a doorway in the center for a TC and a vending machine. We go ahead and wrap around walls everywhere here. We are going to internally honeycomb the TC side and then mirror that 3 triangle walkway entrance on the other side. Slap your TC down here, upgrade everything around the TC to HQM. You may need to look at radius 0 in that F1 console, and then once you go ahead and upgrade everything to HQM, you can put it back to default, or I like to do it at 0.25 when I'm out rolling to pick up guns, and then go ahead and seal off everything in the 1x3 just like this. Put a jump up and a window on one side, whichever side you want to do, just like this. And then we'll go ahead and make just a random whatever airlock. Again, this is just a small little simple farm base that I use to crank out some cloth when my main base is nearby. When I'm near a river, slap some doors down, slap some windows. You can make these bunkered if you want, but we have the TC bunkered. Go ahead and add a floor from the outside, just like you would do a 2x1 shelf for a TC. On each side of the square that can be in twig, just like it would be on a real server for that realism. And once you have that triangle on the inside, you can just go ahead and upgrade that and put 2 triangles off of it sticking through the walls there. And that way you can place the planter pots, and then it also does not block off the sprinkler. And that way you could access everything, get everything nice and sprinkler wet, watered, and then your nice plant, put your regular planters. Put 1 light in the center of the square, put 2 sprinklers on the back of each wall, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, for a total of 6 sprinklers, just like this. And another light right in the square center. Put a medium battery under your jump up or in your window. And we need a bunch of branches and 2 root combiners. We only need 2 solar panels. It does have an active usage of 19. But I usually use 3 or something like that anyway, or set up everything to have more root combiners to add more power sources later. Anyways, you're going to have a minimum of 2 solar panels, 2 root combiners, and 4 electrical branches, or 2 electrical branches, 1 splitter. We're going to need 4 power, and we're going to put that over to our lights, and we're going to put that pass through to our other light. Then we're going to have 3 branches for 5 power each for each of our water pumps. You can use only 2. But again, this is to set up just so we could do this on the 2nd floor and everything like that and keep going up. And then you want to just chain the water pumps to a combiner and that combiner to a fluid pump. And then you want to give that fluid pump power and the water pump power, and then put the water pump output into the combiner, and then that combiner into the fluid switch, and then that fluid switch into your top level sprinklers. We're going to use gravity, so we only need 1 fluid switch. Then we're going to bring that top level over to the other side of the farm, and then we're going to put the sprinklers there and chain that. And then we're going to drop it down to the bottom level on this side, and then bring it back all the way around to the other side. You may need to pick up, or you will need to pick up the square planter boxes to really hook this up. But again, just make sure you get your cloning done early or something like that with water buckets or something, whatever. I'm not too much of a farmer. Once all the sprinklers are hooked up, you can start your cloth cranking out. If you're buying clones, is what I do, is I buy clones from an actual farmer in a shop, and then I get all of those bad boys in here once I do multiple clone cycles on the bottom, and then I can get 5,000 cloth after I go AFK for a couple hours, go roaming or do something like that. put the vending machine behind the TC, put something in there so that giant hitbox is good. Make sure you can access it, easy upkeep. Put some garage doors, make a nice little easy 5,000 cloth mega farm. Hook up the power to the fluid switch is something that I missed. Now everything is good, and I did not connect a sprinkler. So once we just actually connect all the sprinklers like we should have, everything is good. And we have 2 water pumps giving 24 water in for all 12 sprinklers. Plant boxes, you can upgrade this foundation to make sure they can't soft-side it to break that vending machine. And of course you can do an expansion where you wall in your water pumps, or if you don't want a vending machine bunker, you could do them right in the center of the 1x3 design for your water pumps or anything like that. Or as well, what I would do is I build a separate 1x1 pump base like this, just close by. You do have to make sure and double check that it is very close by. Go ahead and sink pumps into the 1x1, create it just like an oil refinery base or anything like that. Create a 1x1 just like this. And then once you have this, you can connect it with the hose and then just run it over to your main base just like that. And then you can just hook that up to the pumps. So if you don't want to have the pumps, if you want to protect your pumps from nakids griefing them, rocking them out, or anything like that, that's what you could do. Super nice and super easy. And if you do want a bigger farm base, obviously you can do this in a 2x3, 3x3, anything like that, with honeycomb triangles, with tons of planter pots just like this. Or as well, you can make a nice little 2x1 if you wanted like an actual, like to include it in your starter base. You can make it just like a 2x1 using the same 1 square, 2 triangles, like one on each side for that part of the 2x1 for the farm loot room. Then you can just wrap everything around here and create just a normal 2x1, whatever you want to do. We could do a jump up here. No, we could put a TC with the vending machine bunker here. And then we could do just like a spiral stair bunker here like this. That way everything is bunkered, and then we could have an even smaller farm for maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 cloth. And then we can just make like a doorway above this bunker just to have it for like a starter base if this is just like a little solo mini farm or anything like that. And just like that, you'd be able to make a tiny little mini farm room in this 1 square 1 triangle, just like this. Access everything, have a spiral stair bunker there, TC behind the vending machine there. Super nice, super easy, 2x1, and of course, you can floor stack them all after they've been built with binoculars to add more planter pots